loves, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. How y'all doing today, and what is going on in y'all movie world? All right, y'all please sure to let me know in the comment section below. What are y'all watching? What are y'all planning on watching? And have you been to the movie theater lately? As for me, I am having an amazing day. I'm always excited to get on here and be hanging out with y'all. Watch quite a different films lately, and there's some even brewing in my mind right now. I'm like, okay, but do not forget when you get off here to move on and record the next video, right? But overall, yeah, that's where I'm at. And I just been having an amazing time just chilling, like seriously. And enjoying the weather, enjoying that we are in spring and summer's right around the corner. All that good stuff. Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled The Game Plan. You guys should find this film streaming right now on Disney+. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Bachelor football star Joe Kingman seems to have it all. He is wealthy and carefree, and his team is on the way to capturing a championship. However, suddenly he is tackled by some unexpected news. He has a young daughter. Now, Faith watchers out there, I had so much fun with this film. Like, seriously, y'all know I enjoy sports film. Not that this is exactly a sports film, but it does take us a little bit into that world where we do get to go on a field a little bit with Joe, and that made it even more exciting for me. I just really enjoy it, right? But here we do meet Joe. And Joe is played by Dwayne Johnson, and I tend to enjoy when he's playing in family films. And when I say family, I mean when he's playing a dad, because I know that he's a dad in real life. And I feel like it's just him being who he is when he's playing in these particular types of roles. Like, you can really see that heart, that father's heart there, especially when he is the dad of a little girl here in this film. So I do enjoy the connection that Joe does have with the little girl, the precious little sweet girl Peyton. And Peyton is pretty smart, genius actually. Like, she's been told by her mom at some point who her dad is, even though her dad has no idea that she exists at this point in the beginning of the film. And she puts together her own little plot, her own little plan, how she is going to meet her real life dad. And that has been like something very special to her, like almost a gift in her mind, that she really wants to find out who her dad is. So she's very excited about this. And I love that, because we know in real life sometimes when children have not necessarily had a particular parent a part of their lives, their biological parent a part of their lives, whatever, you know, and when they do have that desire, and not many people, especially when they become of age and they know a little bit better, that they really care to have that particular parent in their life, and they may feel a little bit of resentment or wondering why you weren't there and all of that kind of stuff. And we don't heard them kind of stories before, and it's dragging out. And I just say that your feelings don't matter if that's a situation that you are familiar with or you've been in yourself. But I do enjoy the films a little bit more, or hear more stories when the kid does have that desire there and is willing to give that parent a chance and want to find out exactly what happened. Like, at least give them a chance to voice whatever it is. And the fact that she does have, Peyton here does have a soft spot for her dad. Like, regardless of how he may be, she like sees his heart. Like, he always has a special place within her. So even though they have their moments here in this film when they are not getting along the best, or Joe says something out of line that could hurt her feelings, and Peyton has her little moments with him, and you can tell at the end of the day she loves her dad. Like, she's just happy to be there to actually see that, wow, he is real, that he is here. She had a picture of him, she known of him, but to actually see that come into fruition or a manifestation here is amazing to Peyton. And you see it in all the way that she moves, the way that she talks, the way that she interacts with her dad. It is like he is her hero, he is her world, and it takes a great deal to kind of break that out of her. And we do get to see that moment towards the end of the film. Forgive me, end of the film, y'all. But yeah, we do see that moment does happen at the towards the end of the film. when Peyton does have that moment where it almost seems like she breaks, like that world, that perfect image of her dad really crumbles in her mind, and we get to see how that affects her and how it affects Joe. But like I said, when she shows up at Joe's door, he is caught off guard. Number one, he thinks that she is selling Girl Scout cookies or something. Of course, he's gonna throw her a little bill and expecting her to move on with her little life, her little world. But when he sees that this world is his world and she is not going anywhere, and that he needs to face this head on, as he does on the field, when he faces those things head on, those challenges, and he sees that, hey, real life is here, it's not going anywhere. And I love that even though at the beginning he's trying to find ways to see how this may not be the case, maybe somebody's playing a joke on him or something, you know, but when you see that it's not going anywhere and this is here, I love that he does not run away from it. Like, you start to see him and Peyton really connect as the film progresses, because she's coming more and more into his world, meeting his teammates, meeting his friends, and all of this stuff. And she's pulling out those attributes that Joe didn't know that exist in him. He didn't even know that he even needed this gift that just showed up at his door. He had no idea. But it really showed like how lonely his world was before, and how like money and material things can only go so far. When everything is at your fingertips, it's like, what do you do? What is there left? How do you enjoy life when people have become like things to you, things that you just use for the moment, and once you're done with them, you toss aside and you move on? But there's only so many times you can move on. There's only so many things you can buy when you feel like, okay, haven't you just had it all and you have no one to share it with? And so I love that Peyton shows him something different, that there's more to life than money, there's more to life than fame, there's more to life than glory and praise, and seeking these things that really means nothing, and they are nothing to God. And even though we know this, we still have people in both the world, which is expected because they are the world, but we do even have people within the church who are seeking these things as if there's something to be sought after, as if it's something that it was commanded by God for us to have. And when you start to see here that it really means nothing in the end. And I love that with Joe's character. We start to see this growth. We see that transition, and we're growing with him, because in the beginning we can probably feel him more. And many of you may even like him because you're like, wow, what would it be like to be this rich and famous and living out your dreams and having all of these yes men and yes women around you. So a lot of people want that world, or can relate to it in a sense where they're like, oh, that would be amazing. And you're looking on it with awe, as if it's something spectacular or grand, you know? And I love that Peyton shows us here the true treasures, the true gifts of life, and those things inside of you that God planted there, that you can literally grow them and allow them and give birth to them and allow them to be shared amongst others. And we start to see that here with Joe, and that's the part that I appreciate. I much more enjoy his character when we start to see him grow and transition and see that relationship between him and his daughter blossom. Of course, it reminded me of our Heavenly Father, especially the way that he learns to care for her, and she becomes his world. She becomes those very things where she ends up replacing the money, the fame, and all of those things that he thought meant something, to the world, that meant something to everyone. And she replaces that, and I love it, y'all. I was just like melted. I was like, But once again, this film is titled The Game Plan. You can find it streaming on Disney Plus. But before we get out of here, y'all know we got to get into this word, right? And we coming out of Psalms 40. Yeah, Psalms 40 verse 8. And it reads, I delight to do your will, oh my God, and your law is within my heart. So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.